When Clark Griswold sets out to give his family the vacation of a lifetime, disaster is the inevitable co-pilot. From Wally World being closed all the way to Aunt Edna's surprise departure, the Griswolds redefine family bonding. So before you hit that holiday road, make sure to stop at your local video store and pick up your copy of National Lampoon's Vacation. I'm Kevin Porter, and you're watching Video Rental Chaos. It's time to hit the holiday road again as summer is here, baby! National Lampoon's Vacation is the one that kicked it all off for the Griswolds, as this movie helped spawn 3, count 'em, 1, 2, 3 sequels. I hope you're ready for some hijinks, as let's not waste any more time and start our voyage with National Lampoon's Vacation. Clark Griswold and his son Rusty are at the local car dealership to pick up their brand new station wagon. They roll out Clark's new car, but it's not exactly what he thought it was going to be, as there must have been a mistake of some kind, as the Griswolds, with no other choice, have to take the wagon queen, family truckster. Ellen tries to convince Clark that maybe it's not too late to just book airplane tickets and avoid the hassle altogether. But Clark has his sights set on the road trip as well. He's a family man that wants to just spend time with his kids and wife. The next morning, the Griswolds embark on the first day of the road trip. This allows the family to enjoy each other's company with road songs and hilarious stops at the gas station. They make a quick detour through Old St. Louis. Well, Clark sure did say he wanted to see the entire country now, didn't he? Clark falls asleep at the wheel, but through Hollywood hijinks, they're able to safely make it to their hotel. In what would become an ongoing theme throughout the movie, Clark just can't get lucky with Ellen. Those darn kids. The next day, they drive into Dodge City, Kansas, as they encounter an old frontier town and end up on the wrong end of a shotgun, as Audrey may have just lost her hearing. We're back on the road again, but there's a mysterious woman driving a Ferrari 308 GTS. Unbeknownst to his family, Clark plays googly eyes with this chick. They finally make their way to Cousin Eddie and Catherine's home in Coolidge, Kansas. After an awkward encounter between the two families, the Griswolds gain a couple new passengers on the trip. The Griswolds make their way into South Fork, Colorado, and stay in a rather lackluster campground. They are back on the road when along the way, Clark is pulled over. It is discovered that Clark had forgot all about Dinky, as the poor little guy was dragged for miles, once getting away with the death of the dog. With the family again asleep, this mystery woman who Clark had seen at the rest stop just a day or so earlier pops back up again. This time, Clark almost gets his family killed when he narrowly avoids a head-on collision. The family is definitely being tested by this point, but continue forward towards Wally World. They try to take a shortcut, but end up crashing the station wagon, and Clark is forced to embark on a journey through the desert in order to find help. Luckily for the Griswolds, they are picked up way before Clark makes it to the gas station. They get the car in for repairs and then are extorted by the mechanic / sheriff out of the rest of their cash that they had on hand, as the car barely limps out of town. It's time to stop at the Grand Canyon, as Clark is desperate for cash, but the hotel won't accept his check without a major credit card. As luck would have it, the slam of his fist opens the register and Clark is quick to take the cash. Enjoy the view and get back on the road. Sadly, or fortunately, whatever way you want to look at it, Aunt Edna has passed away. Doing the only humane thing they could do, they tie her corpse to the roof of the car, wrapped in a tarp. They arrive in a huge rainstorm in Phoenix, Arizona to drop Aunt Edna's dead body off with her son. But come to find out, Norman is gone till Monday. Well, what's a Griswold to do in a situation like this? Exactly, leave the body on the back porch with a nice note. Sorry, you weren't home, but your mom's dead. Talk to you later. It's at this point the Griswold family have a serious powwow. Do they make the final 10 hours to Wally World or head back to Chicago, Illinois? Clark, of course, wants to hear none of this and makes the decision for the family that they're going to move forward towards California. Ellen and Clark continue the fight into their hotel. Clark is fed up and decides to hit the open market to see what's up at the hotel bar. To no one's surprise, he runs into the mystery blonde. The two seem to continue to hit it off as Clark will straight up lies his way into the hotel pool and gets naked with her. Not knowing how cold the water was, he wakes up the entire hotel and thus alerting Ellen to Clark's potential affair. Ellen, though, surprisingly forgives Clark, and the two end up going on an adventure of their own as they end up back at the pool naked as well. A united Griswold family makes the final part of the trip to Los Angeles, California. They arrive at Wally World super excited that they were the first customers there. They soon find out why the parking lot was empty. Clark goes into a spiral and buys a BB gun in a local sporting store. And he ends up holding up poor old John Candy as he forces him to take them through the park. LAPD SWAT are tipped off at the holdup and eventually ruin the Griswolds' fun. While being arrested, Roy Wally shows up at the park personally to see what is going on. Clark is able to give the old man the sob story of all sob stories about the 2 weeks on the road with his family and what they have encountered. Mr. Wally having a soft spot for the family, Roy drops the charges as the Griswolds join the LAPD SWAT team to enjoy the park all to themselves. What a wonderful vacation! National Lampoon's Vacation is a top comedy in my book. Kinda like what we said during the episode on Christmas Vacation. You're either gonna love the humor in this movie, or you're gonna fucking hate it. I've always been a big fan of the original film. Chevy Chase was on top of his game with the release of this movie. I get so much nostalgia when watching this film. It reminds me of being a kid and sitting in the back of your parents' car during the dog days of summer. You truly felt like you were on top of the world. With it being summertime, school was a million years away. The title track for the movie, Holiday Road, is a must for any summertime playlist. I make an effort every year to watch this movie right before summer. I hope that you kick your summer off right and give this classic a rewatch. Until we see each other on the highway cruising that Wally World, I'll see you at the video store.